Since childhood, this boy could see terrifying demons everywhere. Spirits invisible to normal eyes could never hide from him. By forging a forbidden contract, he claimed nightmarish demonic powers. He obtained supernatural skills and unleashed an overwhelming dark strength. His super senses allow him to hear even the faintest whispers. Using invisibility, he can vanish into shadows and stay untraceable. He sneaks through restricted areas without a single soul noticing. Now, he and his monstrous pet hunt ghosts for cash. They formed an exorcism team just to survive this world. This duo hunts malevolent spirits for a few measly coins. But his pet is unpredictable. Its hunger is constant danger. If it gets hungry, it might even devour its master. Our main character is a high schooler named He is handsome and talented, hiding a legendary secret power. Ranking number 1, he is the school's most perfect elite. Because he was so perfect, his best friend grew jealous. Sangmin watched from the shadows, his heart feeling bitter. While Sung-hwan was a god, Sangmin was weak. Sung-hwan was the class idol, but Sangmin failed. Bullies always targeted Sangmin, treating him like worthless trash. He lived in misery, constantly suppressed by the school thugs. Sung-hwan often saved him by beating bullies into submission. But Sangmin wasn't grateful. He only felt deeper hatred. He despised being rescued, resenting Sung-hwan's strength and kindness. Why is it always you, Sung-hwan? Why so special? He cursed his friend's fame, wishing to steal that spotlight. Why do you get glory while I stay in filth? Little did he know, demons were feasting on his envy. The stench of his malice attracted a truly horrifying presence. His dark emotions acted as a bridge to the abyss. Suddenly, he was pulled into a bizarre and chilling dimension. A child's eerie laughter echoed through the cold, empty silence. Sangmin spun around, his heart racing with icy terror. He came face to face with a nightmare beyond imagination. A grotesque demon fetus stood there, grinning with sharp teeth. It was a horrifying sight that would shatter any mind. The creature claimed to be a 𝒏𝒐𝒏, born from malice. It was the physical form of Sangmin's inner darkness. This monster was what humans commonly referred to as demons. It began to whisper poison, manipulating his fragile, broken ego. It convinced him that Sung-hwan had ruined his life. The demon fueled his desire for a violent, bloody vengeance. Then, the creature offered a contract promising absolute, godlike power. "Sign with me," it hissed, "and you can finally destroy. I will give you the strength to take your revenge." Sangmin, his former school bully, succumbed to a forbidden dark temptation. The demon fetus finally claimed him. They struck a deal. 1 week later, at school, a girl approached Sung-hwan. She whispered a secret directly into his ear. This tiny spark ignited a massive fire. A jealous classmate watched, seething with rage. He had harbored a secret crush forever. Seeing them together fueled his dark envy. He now viewed Sung-hwan as his enemy. A vow was made to destroy the thief. Recess arrived, but the air felt cold. Sung-hwan sat talking with young Do-hye. Down in the courtyard, Do-hee sighed. Sangmin hasn't shown up in days. His house is empty. His phone is off. It was like he had simply vanished. Having grown up together, she was terrified. Her heart was heavy with deep concern. She asked Sung-hwan to visit him. "Let's go to his house after school." But Sung-hwan's gaze turned deadly serious. "Stay away from there," he warned her. Do-hee was baffled by his coldness. He had sensed Sangmin's aura decaying. He remembered the mysterious girl's invitation. "Meet me on the rooftop after class, and bring your 𝒌 along with you." He froze. How did she know everything? Was his secret power no longer hidden? Is this an elaborate trap? He wondered. If so, I'll erase her from existence. Are there other 𝒏𝒐𝒏 lurking nearby? Not many, but I feel something worse. A nightmare entity hiding its true form. It could be even stronger than me. Sung-hwan began mocking his own spirit. "Oh? Is the great boss actually afraid? Don't call me weak, you little brat. In my prime, I'd crush them instantly. I'd annihilate their whole damn family." Sung-hwan ignored the spirit's loud boasting. Sangmin's fate was his only concern. The dark mystery was just beginning. Hone strolled past the field when a stray ball rocketed toward him. Yet before it could make contact, a demonic force crushed it instantly, leaving the onlookers frozen in terror. How could it explode without touching? Meanwhile, inside the dark restroom stalls, bitter insults echoed through the air from a pathetic and jealous loser. "Sung-hwan, you absolute cheating trash. How dare you seduce my girl?" The coward hiding there was none other than 𝒖𝒏𝒏's obsessed stalker. His heart was filled with envy and pure hatred for Sung Hoan. Seizing this darkness, a demon possessed his body and twisted his soul. After school, Hoan met 𝒖𝒏𝒏 on the rooftop for their promise, oblivious to the shadow tailing him. A giant eye watched his movements, the awakening of a loser's power. After forming a dark demonic pact, seeing Hoan alone, he summoned minions, preparing a deadly ambush from behind. But one shadow was instantly shattered by a brutal strike to the face. The one who struck was 𝒖𝒏𝒏. She too was a contracted hunter. Just like the hidden main character, with his sneak attack failed miserably. The stalker finally showed his face. "I knew you two were dating, yet you played me for fools." 𝒖𝒏𝒏 was completely weirded out, asking who this crazy guy was. She turned to ask if Hoan knew this creep from anywhere before, but Hoan didn't recognize him either. Humiliated by his crush's cold words, the boy summoned his dark army to charge at them with fury. However, 𝒖𝒏𝒏's divine pet roared, making the weaklings vanish instantly, showing the true power of hunters. Paralyzed by fear, they dared not move. Seizing their hesitation, 𝒖𝒏𝒏 prepared her strike. Her spirit pet morphed into a lethal blade. A devastating wave of energy slashed forward. The remaining fodder stood no chance at all. With effortless grace, the battlefield was cleared. One final strike severed the demon's grip, expelling the darkness from the young man. Sung-won panicked, fearing the boy was dead, but 𝒖𝒏𝒏 laughed off his naive concern. "Relax, he's still breathing just fine. My soul-severing edge never harms human flesh." Suddenly, 𝒖𝒏𝒏's weapon shifted into human form. Sung-won summoned his own spirit to join them, bringing the two supernatural entities face to face. These spirits crave the depths of human desire, yet they refuse to bind with just anyone. A 𝒖 chooses its master with extreme care, not based on age or mere bloodlines. They seek the burning souls of the youth, those with ambitions that flicker like embers, dreams that ignite within a restless mind, growing from a spark into a raging fire. That intense heat seals the sacred contract, linking spirit and human through raw willpower. But such power comes with a heavy price. If their humanity erodes, the contract breaks, leaving behind only a feral, mindless monster. A tragic state known as the dehumanized. We grant power, but you must hunt, devouring rival spirits to feed our hunger. Their essence is the fuel for our evolution. Survival of the fittest is our only law, passed down through endless cycles of war. The ultimate delicacies are the 7 great sins, pure energy that grants godlike authority. Some spirits merge desires to seek the throne, craving the power to rule as kings. As the sun dipped below the horizon, the city was swallowed by a chilling silence. Deep inside the home of young Sang-min, his mother called out for family dinner. Silence was the only reply she received. She pushed the door open, trembling slightly. Her eyes widened as she froze in terror. A boy's shadowed face twisted, revealing rows of razor-sharp fangs. "Mother!" Sang-min's mother was suddenly seized and dragged into the darkness of the room. Blood-curdling screams pierced the silent house, the woman's final, desperate cries for help. Then, a heavy, suffocating silence returned, as if no horror had occurred. The next day, Sung-ho and Dewey raced to the hospital. Immediately after hearing the chilling news, something terrible had happened to Sang-min's mother. Though her body bore only minor bruises, the light in her eyes had vanished. Her gaze was hollow, a vacant shell, devoid of any human emotion or warmth. Watching her, Sung-ho felt a crushing dread. He remembered losing his own parents to a tragic accident years ago. Back then, he had abandoned everything, hiding within his room, isolated from the world. Only Sang-min and Dewey stayed by his side, offering comfort and cleaning his messy home. "Open the windows if you are dusting, dummy." That stubborn girl. In those dark afternoons, Sang-min's mother would visit to cook warm meals for him. "Are you awake? I heard you haven't been eating lately, so I brought something." She gently guided him toward the small dining table. "Sit down and eat. I prepared this, hoping you would enjoy a home-cooked meal." Staring at the steaming bowl of soup, Sung-ho took a trembling spoonful. The familiar heat touched his lips, tasting exactly like his late mother's cooking. The spicy kimchi broth warmed his soul. Uncontrollable tears began to stream down. In that moment, she spoke softly. "Let it all out, don't hold back. But you must eat to stay strong, so you have the strength to heal." During his most agonizing and desolate days, She was the light that saved him. Her kindness mended his shattered heart. Now, Sung-ho made a silent, solemn vow. He swore the bastards would pay dearly. Sang-min had vanished without a trace. Aunt was hurt. What happened here? I'm close to home. Head back now. Can you go home alone, Do-hai? I have business to finish first. Later, he turned back toward Sang-min's house. The police had sealed off the area. They were investigating the brutal midnight attack. Sung-hoen needed to get inside now, but prying eyes watched from every corner. Gossipers were hungry for any new drama. How could he slip past them undetected? Never seen you this focused before, Hunter. Need a hand getting past these fools? The demon's voice whispered in his ear. Close your eyes. Relax your entire body. Breathe deep. Feel the world around you. Suddenly, his senses exploded with divine clarity. He could hear heartbeats from miles away. Now, let the nightmare energy flow through. He felt the power consume his form. When Sung-hoen finally opened his eyes, his physical body had turned completely transparent. Invisibility, the ultimate power of the nightmare realm. This was the two-horned demon's hidden gift. Move fast, the sinister voice warned him. This shadow cloak will fade very soon. He had to act with absolute precision. Rumors of strange events were spreading fast. The missing boy was still nowhere found. Did you see that demon video online? The internet was paralyzed by soul-chilling fear. That monster looked way too real, man. The neighbors were trembling in their boots. As they whispered, the air turned cold. The heavy iron gates creaked open alone. No one was there to move them. The invisible hunter had entered the shadows. The neighbors froze in absolute, primal terror. The house is haunted, they cried out. Sung-hoen stepped into the quiet room. He surveyed the scene of the struggle. These scars matched the wounds on Ant. Ghouls had definitely been hunting for him. His soul is weighed down by guilt. If possessed, she wouldn't have survived. You're right. He's still breathing. We must find Sang-min immediately. Elsewhere, two students sit huddled, watching a viral video on YouTube. On the glowing screen, a girl starts her vlog when suddenly, a chilling presence looms behind her. She turns, her eyes widening in terror. A pitch-black shadow emerges from darkness. It lunges, brutally striking the YouTuber. The feed cuts with a blood-curdling scream. The footage was too horrifyingly realistic. Was it a prank or true murder? Leaving the residence, Sung-hwa halts. As Sirang's call pierces the silence, she's hunting the source of evil, right where that cursed video began. Wait for me, Sung-hwa commands. I'm coming! Meanwhile, Sirang drives her blade deep into earth. An energy pulse scans the perimeter. The radar reveals a nightmare scenario. Not one, but 17 demonic signatures. Never has she seen such numbers. Swarming together in a single zone. Where did this legion come from? Worse yet, their path is fixed. They are marching toward the school. Atop a nearby roof, eyes glow. A demon hungers for Sirang's flesh, craving her power to evolve further. It pounces. A lethal shadow drop. She evades with godlike reflexes. Sirang counters, slashing its spine. But its hide is reinforced iron. Her demon blade fails to penetrate. So your shell is tough, huh? I'll rip you apart regardless. Utilizing her SSS-Rank Phantom speed, she unleashes a relentless steel barrage, carving wounds into the beast's armor. Suddenly, it catches her blade mid-air. Sirang is trapped in death's grip. Sung-hoen erupted onto the scene, blasting the beast back. The demon's skull shattered, its face a mangled ruin. It lay there gasping, clinging to its final breath. Suddenly, Sirang struck, stealing the kill with steel. His blade sang, ending the nightmare instantly. With the curse lifted, the host's human form returned. But he was not a student from their school. His uniform belonged to the distant Hun High School. Do you know anyone named Bakanan? I have no clue, but I heard that monster whisper that very name before it met its end. Meanwhile, at a different campus across the city, within the halls of another prestigious high school, Sang-min had been entirely devoured by a nightmare. Now, the ancient evil was reaching out to others. It has been ages since we last met, brother. You certainly took your time finding a new shell, but the wait was worth it for this vessel. This boy is perfect, despite his futile, pathetic resistance. It seems you have been feasting on forbidden power, gathering strength while I was sealed in the abyss. I realize now that I cannot conquer this alone. Our ancient blood oath still binds us together, an alliance formed until our true divinity returns. We shall walk as one until our spirits mend, working in the shadows until your full power awakens. As Sang-min vanished into the cold night air, another demon stepped forward, trembling before its lord. The Demon King revealed the name was Ducky. Upon hearing that name, the room turned ice cold. Every demon present paled in absolute, primal terror. He will be our most dangerous ally for now. Next morning, Du-hai stood before the mirror. A piercing scream suddenly shattered the quiet room. It echoed from the shadows behind the locked stalls. Strangely, a girl emerged looking calm and untouched. As if that horrific scream had never even happened. Du-hee asked if she was feeling all right today. You look deathly pale. Should we see the nurse? The girl remained silent, offering no words at all. She simply walked away with a ghostly smile. That evening, a strange phone call broke the silence. The mysterious girl answered her brother's urgent ring. He asked a chilling question about her classmates. Is there a girl named 𝒖𝒏 at school? Unbelievable. The girl's brother was actually one of them. A demon lurking in the shadows that fateful night. Meanwhile, Sung-hoon continues his intense training session now. He's learning to channel the 𝒖𝒏's hidden demonic power. Initially, a host can only manifest a tiny fraction, even after the blood contract is finally sealed away. Under real combat conditions, a host can typically use roughly 20% of the 𝒖𝒏's total monstrous strength. This fraction alone pushes the host past human limits. Their physical power far surpasses any ordinary mortal soul. For instance, crushing solid stone with one bare hand? It becomes a simple, effortless task for the host. But where does the other 80% go exactly? Where does all that massive demonic energy actually hide? In 𝒖𝒏's case, she found a deadly alternative way. She channels that massive energy into her own weapon. A host controls the power best through an anchor. It flows easiest into something the user truly loves. 𝒖𝒏's weapon mastery is as lethal as it gets. Much like how Sung-hoon manipulates his inner light, his true potential is hidden within his very core. Sunset fades, and darkness swallows the entire city whole. On a desolate path, Sang-min wanders without a goal. His mind is empty as he walks into night. Suddenly, he stops. A familiar, vile scent fills air. Ahead, the school's notorious delinquents are all gathered there. They've snuck out to smoke and cause mindless trouble. Among them is the monster who led the bullying, the one who made Sang-min's life a literal nightmare. Their eyes meet, and the thugs flash cruel grins. Is that Sang-min? I thought you died by now. But you look healthy. Maybe a bit too healthy. You damn rat! Dark memories begin to resurface now. The agonizing trauma flashes before Sang-min's weary eyes. Can you still smell the milk I poured on? Let's test your endurance again, shall we? Haha. I'll acknowledge you if you survive my fatal chokehold. If I keep beating you, you'll eventually obey me. Right, Sang-min. Don't make me wait any longer now. Everything was coming back, every strike, every single insult. Hey! What are you mumbling to yourself, you freak? Get your ass over here before I lose temper. Those fools have no idea who they have provoked. The boy standing there isn't their punching bag anymore. The loser is gone. A true nightmare has arrived. Every one of them will pay for their sins. That massive bully, seeing Sang-min's silence, grabs his hair. Gotten cocky, loser? You dare glare at me now? Are you tired of living, kid? Fine. I will beat some sense. Into you! The brute raises his hand to strike Sang-min's face. Suddenly, the other two thugs hear a blood-curdling, horrific scream. The bully howls in agony as his right wrist is snapped hard, twisted by an invisible, dark force. My hand. Another thug immediately grabs a wooden bat and charges at Sang-min. But then, a demon emerges from the void. It bites through the solid wood. Then, black smoke coils around his throat. Meanwhile, the fat one takes a heavy kick to the jaw. He's unconscious. The last bully panics and tries to flee away, but Sang-min intercepts him instantly, landing a devastating, crushing punch. He flies backward. Of the three, two are down. One remains shaking. Finally, the hour of vengeance has arrived. I am sorry. Please, Sang-min, forgive me. He begs on his knees, crying. I will be your servant. But Sang-min shows no mercy today. So this is how it feels to be a victim. Next morning, a buzz-cut student arrives nearby. He spots Du-hai standing there, handing out flyers in the courtyard. His heart flutters at first sight. Is she an angel on earth? While Ju-hai distributes the flyers. Searching for her friend, disaster strikes. A late student accidentally hits her, sending everything falling to the floor. That buzz-cut thug knelt to grab the flyer, trying to flirt with her. He flexed his muscles to act tough, but the girl just felt pure disgust. Even her sister wanted to disown him. Suddenly, his eyes locked on the photo. He realized it was Sang-min, the boy who met the boss tonight. Do-hee saw his face turn pale instantly. "Do you know him?" she asked eagerly. The thug smirked, claiming he had seen the missing boy just a while ago. He promised to lead her to him. Do-hee immediately went to tell Sung-hwan. Someone finally has a lead on him. Sung-hwan's eyes narrowed with sudden suspicion. This smells like a demonic trap ahead. "I'll go with you," he said coldly. "That idiot Sang-min. Wait for me." A chilling premonition filled the heavy air. This is definitely linked to the ghouls. "Don't go alone. We move as one." "Really? You always run off by yourself. Today is different. I'm staying with you." Meanwhile, on the roof, a girl waited. It was the strange girl from before. Sirang sensed a dark, looming presence. She had formed a contract with evil. A demonic shadow flickered behind her eyes. "Calm down. I'm not here for blood. I heard there's another contractor like you. Bring him to the vacant lot later." The challenge was issued for lunch hour. Elsewhere, the school bullies were being slaughtered. A new predator stood over their screams. "Please, spare me," the victim begged piteously. "Yes. Show me more of that terror." But a sinister voice whispered in his ear. "Stop wasting time on these weak ants. Your power has ascended beyond human limits. The hunters are finally prepared for war. It's time to hunt the 7 sins." A legendary battle was about to begin. The nightmare had only just started now. After school, the hidden hunt began now. Hone finally confronts the 2 buzz-cut brothers. They look much more fragile than expected. "Are these the right guys?" "No doubt." "Speak up. Why did you summon us?" "Simple. Join our guild immediately. However, if you refuse this offer, we have orders to eliminate you both. Death follows those who decline us." "Relax. We aren't here for blood yet. Explain your mysterious organization first." "Our guild? It is a sanctuary. A group by spirits, for spirit's sake. As contractors, you understand the truth. Spirits manifest from raw human desires. These beings are born from mortal greed. The weak ones fail their host's wishes. They are soon destroyed or devoured, consumed by those with greater power. Our guild helps them fulfill their destiny. We grant their deepest, darkest wishes. In return, they serve our collective cause. It is a very flexible alliance, honestly. Perfect for contractors like yourselves. I will give you exactly 48 hours. I will return then for your answer. But if you choose to resist, I have never known the word defeat. This guy loves showing off his ego. Enough talk. Get lost for now. Hoen suddenly stops him for a name. He identifies himself as Park Chang-sik. That name triggers a dark memory. I have definitely heard that name before. Park Chang-sik. The demon's target? He just saved me the tracking time. What is our next move, Hoen? We spend these 2 days training. We must sharpen our skills to survive. Why that look? Don't tell me. You want to join those suspicious creeps? Spirits gathering at school is very strange. But I would never join them. That is simply not my style. School ends, and Do-hee waits outside. But Sung Hoen is nowhere to be seen. The buzz-cut thug appeared. "Are you ready, girl? Let's go." "Wait, my friend is coming too. She said she wanted to tag along." "I'm busy. Just call her while we walk." Do-hee followed him, unaware of the trap. A student saw her leaving with that man. "Is it much further? Are we close?" "Right there." Inside that abandoned building, Do-hee stepped into the chilling darkness. "Are you absolutely sure it's in here?" Suddenly, the heavy door slammed shut. Buzzcut locked it with a sinister grin. His gaze turned cold and predatory now. "Tricked!" But Du-hai realized far too late. Sung Hoan called her phone repeatedly. No answer. A dark omen filled him. He ran into a student eating ice cream. "I saw that girl with a stranger. A big shady guy took her away. Looks like she ditched you, loser. Should have treated her better, buddy." "Cut the crap. Where did they go?" That building passed the next turn. Sung Hoan sprinted toward the location. He heard Du-hee's heavy, ragged breathing. The sound echoed from a locked room. Fear surged. Was the nightmare already real? But he was making her do squats? Squat. Don't stop until I say so. Well, well. Look who decided to show. You still had 2 days to decide. Sung Hoon's hidden rage finally exploded. A devastating strike sent the thug flying. That offer? I'm rejecting it, trash. I only wanted a normal school life. First Sung Min, and now Do Hai? You really think I'd join you now? Get up. I'm going to pulverize you. Fine. I'll tear your limbs apart then. Wait. Let's make this a gamble first. If I win, you're my subordinate. If you win, I'll grant any wish. Are you certain you can afford it? Because my wish will cost everything. You've got quite the mouth, kid. The deal is sealed. The game begins now. She stood paralyzed, witnessing the demonic interface. These monsters. What kind of nightmares are these? A chilling sense of familiarity washed over her. Memories flashed back to that fateful day. Before Sang-min vanished, he was swallowed by the same shadow. That ominous black haze was exactly like this. What is this terrifying, otherworldly power? Meanwhile, Sung Hoon was locked in a brutal clash. The bully dominated the field, overwhelming him with pure force. In both speed and raw power, the main character was outclassed. The thug ruthlessly crushed him into the dirt. As the bully turned to leave, a voice stopped him cold. Wait, we are not finished yet. Sung Hoon rose like a ghost from the grave. In an instant, his entire silhouette shifted. A blinding white mist erupted from his core. The forbidden art of demonic possession awakened. Staring at this new form, the bully's confidence shattered. Terror took hold. How can a loser use a boss-rank skill? This level of power belongs only to the monsters. So this is possession? It feels fleeting. I will end this in a heartbeat. Consider this a reward for pushing me to this stage. Infuriated, the thug lunged forward with a roar. He unleashed a flurry of blows at the main character. But Sung Hoon danced through the strikes effortlessly. Every desperate swing met nothing but empty air. The gap in their power was now an abyss. Realizing his fists were useless, the bully grew desperate. He drove a vicious knee into Sung Hoon's guard. The impact shattered the bones in his right arm. The limb hung limp. But then, a miracle happened. In a split second, the fractured bones snapped back. He was fully healed as if nothing had happened. Cold sweat poured down the bully's face. That godlike regeneration was beyond human comprehension. Now, it was the hunter's turn. A single, devastating strike connected with a sickening crack. The bully's arm twisted into a grotesque shape, even though Sung Hoon's own hand was torn apart. Shredded and bloody from the sheer impact, it simply regrew with terrifying ease. But for the bully, the damage was permanent. His strength and speed were fading into nothingness. His power plummeted. Sung Hoon seized the gap. Heavy blows landed without a single miss. 𝒆𝒏 realized his situation was beyond desperate. Pure skill wouldn't defeat this hidden monster. Driven to madness, he consumed forbidden drugs. Dark energy surged, mutating his entire body. He became a hulking, muscular nightmare creature. Try dodging this, you miserable little rat. His arrogance was peak, but the outcome ended with one punch, sending him flying, smashing into stone as possession finally expired. The divine aura vanished, returning him home. Sung Hoon and his friends prepared to leave. But the persistent bully wasn't finished yet. He lunged forward, aiming for a backstab. Unexpectedly, Sung Hoon's quiet companion moved first. He also carried a secret devil contract. With one swift strike, he neutralized 𝒆𝒏. The threat vanished. You're a contractor too? Stay calm, I am not your enemy. But be ready, the main event arrives. The Observer is here watching our move. The Observer? What links him to 𝒐𝒏? Outside, the legendary 𝒐𝒏 approached alone. The mana signature has completely disappeared now. Time to investigate what happened inside. Stop following me unless you want trouble. I'm just here for the free show. Opening the door, they found the aftermath. A sight that left even them speechless. The bully lay broken. Over here, guys. You finally arrived, but look at this. How did he crush that muscular freak? If you want to fight, then step up. With allies beside him, Sung Hoon stood firm. His cold gaze defied the new arrivals. Forget it, I'll just take him back. Fine, but we need answers first. You know where Sang-min is hiding. Tell me his location right this instant. Sang-min? You mean the one called Adini? He joined our guild and became allies. Politics don't matter, just tell me where. I must find him no matter what. He suddenly appeared, seeking our dark protection, until his legendary power is fully restored. He's vanished into shadows to grow stronger. I've lost his exact location for now. If we're done talking, let's clear out. Time to move. My muscles are screaming. Once Sirang obliterated that demonic beast, the host reverted to his pathetic human form. That towering monster turned back into a weakling. A frail boy remained. Now I understand what his true desire was. Now, go. Tell your guild this. I flatly refuse. Their invitation is worthless to me. Afterwards, after they left, Sirang faced Sung Hoan. Explain exactly what just happened here. Everyone is exhausted from that brutal clash. Let's move somewhere private to discuss this. Drinks are on me. The group headed to a nearby cafe to reveal secrets. But where's the girl with him? Doohee was traumatized, so I sent her. She's home safe, but things are complicated. We shouldn't have dragged a civilian in. Suddenly, Ju Hyuk approached with their coffee. He served them, breaking the heavy silence. Drink up. Order as much as you want. Money is no object for me now. I knew other contractors existed in shadows, but finding you two is quite a shock. Who are you? Why appear right now? Just know I am not your enemy. My presence here isn't a threat. I have only one burning objective now: to completely destroy that Muscle Freaks Guild. Surprisingly, Sirang and Sung Hoan ignored Yu Hyuk entirely, continuing their own private talk. Don't you have any questions for me? Like, what is a ghoul, for example? No need. As long as you aren't hostile. It's fine. I have enough trouble already. Hearing that, the boy was utterly crushed. He was ready to show his knowledge, but his friend shut him down instantly. Word is that guild trains low-level ghouls, helping the weak ones evolve into monsters, so they can infect more hosts. And that's partially correct. But listen, these demons never help for free. There is a terrifying price to pay. To gain power, you must sacrifice soul energy to the higher ranks. Those monsters then feed their lords, like a pyramid of demonic corruption. It sounds like a gift, but it's a curse. A dark trap. That is why. The top elites possess godlike strength. Park Chang is just a small pawn. Besides him, 3 high ranks remain. Among them stands their true leader. His raw power is beyond calculation. Park Chang is nothing compared to him. Since their boss is that invincible, I propose an unexpected alliance. Are you in? Later that evening, Sung Hoon went to find Do-hee. She was sitting alone on the peak, behind the school, but Sung Hoon froze. When he saw her, his expression changed, because floating right beside her was a tiny white demonic spirit. She always fled here as a child. Sung Hoon, look. From up here, the whole world finally makes sense. I've been thinking in the silence. I finally know the dark truth about my aunt and Sang Min's disappearance. I was oblivious to the nightmare. You fought this war all alone. You carried the burden in secret, to protect me from the fear, but I refused to be left behind. While I waited, this creature appeared. This little thing just showed up. I didn't know demons could be this adorable. It seems so shy. Is it actually a real monster? I won't hide in the shadows. Let's find Sangmin together this time. Fine, we find him tonight. Meanwhile, the Overlord received word. His elite vanguard had been crushed. Park Chang was defeated? Did I truly underestimate that brat? His growth is abnormal. Boss, give me one more chance. I can fix this mess. Just one more opportunity, please. That won't be necessary. Since he crushed Park Chang, I will have to handle this matter personally. Jingu, report the profits. Did we land a whale? Yes, leader. The student debt market is booming now. We have a massive list of desperate new clients. One target just borrowed 5 million won for gambling. School B took 3 million. Hogang took 7 million. Monthly interest is set at a lethal 400%. Hold on. Why is there such a massive deficit here? How are we losing money while acting as the house? This deficit is impossible. Where did the cash vanish? You idiot. I told you to leave accounting to me. If I did, you would gamble it all away instantly. Enough. Both of you. Get out of my sight now. I will settle this myself. Now, leave this room. The next day, Ju-hee joined our ghost player squad. It seems our team finally has a new comrade. So, Ju-hee, what exactly is your secret contracted power? I cannot feel a shred of energy from her. What use is a contractor with 0 spiritual pressure? He is right. My ghost isn't built for combat. It is nothing compared to your tiger of Hogang. Wait, how do you know about my secret spirit? My ability is tracking. My eyes see the truth. I can pinpoint the location and rank of ghosts. A tracking ability? That is an incredibly rare skill. I am weak in a brawl, so protect me. I will find targets, and you handle the slaughter. Do you have a lock on Sangmin's location? I haven't memorized the frequency of Sangmin's energy yet, so I cannot distinguish him from other ghosts yet. You are our only hope for finding him, Juhi. Everything depends on your eyes. Please, find him now. Understood. I will begin a wide-range spiritual pulse scan. I am scanning everything within a 5-kilometer radius now. I have picked up 3 distinct spiritual reactions nearby. They are all white. That means they are harmless. These ghosts are low tier. We can ignore them now. Wait, something is wrong. A new signal is appearing. An orange rank pulse just flickered from inside the building. This isn't a normal ghost. It is far more menacing. Prepare yourselves. A real nightmare is lurking in there. The school library became a silent death trap. Everyone rushed inside to witness the chaos. A student stood there, consumed by pure rage. Driven mad after being betrayed by those he trusted, he had gambled his entire life away. Desperate to win, he risked his last breath. The final bet failed, leaving him utterly ruined. His soul was empty, bankrupt beyond salvation. Having lost everything to the dark house, demonic energy possessed him, birthing a nightmare beast. Suddenly, Ju Hai sensed a terrifying presence nearby. Something was approaching at a godlike speed. The velocity of the entity was beyond human. The atmosphere turned a deadly shade of orange. It arrived. The creature of legends appeared. A long-haired man gripped the monster's throat. He was the supreme leader of the guild. So you are all gathered here? Perfect. This saves me the trouble of hunting. Why did it have to be this monster? His mere presence paralyzed my entire body. Do not tremble. I am only here to watch. I want to see who defeated Park Chang. Thanks to you all, I lost a pawn. My most valuable assistant is now gone. The monster shrieked, begging for its lost gold. The leader simply tightened his iron grip. He crushed the demon with a single hand. He stepped toward Sung Hwan with cold eyes. I intended to kill you where you stand, but your hidden energy has piqued my interest. I find myself liking you quite a bit. Perhaps we shall become allies in the future. Stop, Sung Hwan. Do not act recklessly. This man is stronger than you imagine. He could destroy us all combined easily. So, you are the one with searcher eyes? Eliminating your group will be quite difficult. As the leader approached, Si-Rang struck fast. A lethal blade lunged toward his vital spot. Yet, the leader caught the edge barehanded. He stopped the strike without breaking a sweat. Let us talk instead of wasting blood. Everyone, listen to what he has to say. Who are you, and what do you want? Move it! My patience is wearing thin, old man. Have you really forgotten who I am already? You're looking for Eleni, aren't you? Let's make a wager. If you win, I'll lead you straight to her. But if you lose this little game of ours, your lives and loyalty will belong to me forever. And what if we refuse your twisted offer? Then not a single one of you will leave this place alive. The deal is officially set. We meet in 1 week. Don't be late. I'll reveal the location then. That terrifying energy. What the hell was that suffocating pressure just now? That man. He's the guild leader I warned you about. His power is on a completely different level. Do we even stand a chance against such a monster? If you help me, we might find a way. He's only given us 7 days to prepare ourselves. We must push past our limits this week. Why is everyone in this group obsessed with betting? First the brute, and now this guy. It's strange. Are they all just a bunch of gambling addicts? It's simply the nature of the 𝑑𝒐𝒏 tribe. They live for the thrill of high-stakes games. After parting ways, Si-Rang headed home alone. On her path, she encountered a stray white cat. It was such a gentle and well-behaved creature. Softened by its charm, she stopped at a mart to buy a small treat for her new friend. But when she returned, a cruel sight awaited her. The cat lay broken on the cold pavement. A girl had just brutally kicked the poor thing. Don't touch me, you filthy stray beast. Rage boiled in Si-Rang's heart at the scene. She demanded an immediate apology for the cat. The redhead smirked, recognizing Si-Rang immediately. The school monitor from Binam High, I see. The president told me not to touch you yet, but as long as you're still breathing, it's fine. Do you have the guts to play a game? How about a little wager of our own? 𝑑𝒐𝒏s are truly slaves to their rules of play. If she could exploit this, she might gain an edge. A chance to win before the real war starts. The redhead tossed a pouch high into the air. The fatal challenge was about to begin. 𝑏𝒐𝒏, a lethal traditional game of chance. A high-stakes contest where fate is decided. Shatter the opponent's stones to crush their spirit. The victor claims the loser's very soul. I never agreed to play your twisted game, but the enemy only follows her own desires. 𝒖𝒏 lunges forward with her blade unsheathed, but the red-haired girl is inhumanly fast. In a mere blink, she vanishes completely. Then, she awakens the very earth itself. Levitating stones become a storm of death. The onslaught is too much for 𝒖𝒏. There is nowhere to hide from this rain. Deep wounds begin to mar her tired body. Finally, the crimson-haired girl reveals her ultimate. A mountain-shattering blow sends 𝒖𝒏 flying. Her legendary blade snaps like fragile glass. Oops. Did I put too much power in? Well, as long as she's still breathing. Now, time to collect my winner's prize. What part of her should I take first? As 𝒖𝒏's vision fades into cold darkness, her soul drifts back to a cursed past. Since childhood, she lived on borrowed time. Afflicted by a disease with no cure, she overheard the nurses whispering her fate. Her clock was ticking toward the end. She wouldn't see the turn of the year. Is there anything you want, my daughter? I want to see the ocean one last time. She believed this was her final goodbye, but while wandering the lonely salt shores, she discovered a hidden cave of mysteries. Inside were 3 creatures of ancient myth, adorable cat-like spirits with glowing eyes. That night, as the world slept soundly, she crept out into the moonlit chill, bringing food for her new secret friends. But a scent of iron filled the cave. The spirits lay broken in a pool of blood. They were dying right before her eyes. Savage wounds from a demonic green beast. The monster lunged with a bloodthirsty roar, slamming her fragile body against the rocks. As it prepared to devour her whole, suddenly, a dark shadow materialized. The beast was shredded instantly. Awakening, the hidden hunter realizes. The hospital bed. Was it dreams? No. The marks on him remain. Those scars prove it was real. The nightmare from his vision appears. Thanks for protecting them. Now, I shall be your guardian instead. But my life is fading fast. There's a way. A soul contract. Sharing a lifespan? That's quite rare. I have a better idea, human. I'll drain your life every week, leaving you with only 7 days. Time passes, and 𝒖𝒏 awakens. You're finally up. Where am I? A 𝒖𝒏 battle broke out nearby. We went out to investigate everything, and found you collapsed on sight. Your lifespan. It's only 1 week. How do you know about that? Keep this secret from the others. I'm begging you. Don't tell them. Is he okay? Wounded, but stable. Why didn't they take his 𝒖𝒏? The president wants him next week. They're just letting him linger now. But why only 7 days left? What happens when a 𝒖𝒏 vanishes? Showing you is faster than explaining. This battlefield was once a ruin. Yet now, it's perfectly clean again. No matter how much destruction occurs, everything resets to its original state. Is someone secretly fixing the damage? Or does this world even exist? Reality here is a twisted lie. When one forms a 𝒖𝒏 contract, is someone secretly fixing the damage? In truth, everything that happens here never actually occurred in physical reality. Contracts drown the soul in desire. Vengeance consumes those who fight 𝒖𝒏, drowning in a cycle of hate. Sever the link, and their memories vanish forever. Every second spent in that dark pact disappears. Only a hollow, aching hunger will remain inside. Unfulfilled desires that suddenly turn into cold nothingness. Most victims simply return to their pathetic lives, living as mindless husks of their former selves. But if the emptiness becomes too heavy to bear, driven by the weight of lost, intense ambitions, they descend into madness and total self-destruction. Or worse, they choose the final, dark escape. How do you know such dark secrets, loser? Let us just say I have some experience. Legend says the king of 𝒖𝒏 holds dominion. He alone can restore the broken, shattered world. Is he serious? The throne grants ultimate power. The king dictates the fate of all 𝒖𝒏. If the 𝒖𝒏 vanish, our memories die too. Every trace of this nightmare will be erased. But what happens if our guide disappears too? Will you vanish into thin air as well? Who knows? Fate is a fickle thing, friend. Meanwhile, in the shadows, 𝒖𝒏 pushes her limits. Her training is fueled by pure, desperate rage, haunted by that humiliating defeat against the redhead. Forgive me for being too weak to protect. Stop talking as if this is the end. My strength is fading into the cold abyss. Where are you? Suddenly the air grew heavy. Space itself began to warp around her form. A dual-colored masked figure emerged from void. 𝒖𝒏 spun around, sensing a lethal, dark presence. Who are you? she hissed, drawing her weapon. I merely came to offer my deepest condolences. Invitation? This feels more like a forced kidnapping. State your name, you masked, twisted freak. Forget the trivial details for just one moment. Do you not crave the power to destroy? Consume this, and victory shall be yours alone. Why help me? What is your true endgame? I told you already, we share one enemy. That bastard dioxin has become a nuisance. Helping you is simply a strategic, dark necessity. You expect me to trust a masked snake? Believe me or not, the choice is yours. But without power, you are nothing but prey. You lack the strength to protect this world. Wake up, 𝒌𝒏. Snap out of your trance. What happened? You collapsed and gave me a fright. I'm fine. My body just reached its breaking point. Let's discuss Sangmin. Since he vanished into shadows, his power has evolved into something truly monstrous. Every single day, Sangmin hunts down those creatures, to slaughter them and devour their hidden essence. Is this the cursed item you were searching for? It is, but you still need the Master Core. Don't you want to face him soon? That man, the hypocritical Lee Seung-wan, will face his end. You'll be reunited with that fraud very soon. 1 week later, the group arrived to meet. The guild leader stood waiting at the rendezvous. So you finally showed up, 𝒌𝒏. Long time. How can this be? Look at his remaining lifespan. Everyone is here. Our team is finally complete. Then it's time. Let's move out and conquer. We'll crush every single one of those bastards. Not running away? A wise choice for once. We'll settle this 4 versus 4. Single combat. Each side sends one warrior into the pit. The winner continues until they finally fall down. The last side standing claims the ultimate victory. As I stated, if you lose, you're mine. You will all be forced into my guild. If we win, you lead us to Alini, and your pathetic guild must disband forever. Since the terms are set, shall we begin? Let the bloodbath start right here and now. Wait, don't get ahead of yourself, you coward. This is your home turf, isn't it, guild leader? You've already analyzed our powers and hidden skills. This match is already tilted in your favor. You must reveal your combat order right now. Don't tell me you've been cheating this whole time. Our lineup is Hajin, Yinu, Suung, then me. I would never resort to such petty tricks. Can I just slaughter them all right now? Chairman, let me tear them limb from limb. Do whatever you want. That woman is mine. I have a few things to take back. My revenge starts with her agonizing screams today. I also have a personal score to settle. Let me face Dux. I have to do this. Can you win? Just drain his strength completely. Push him to his limit. He is weak, so he will take the final position. Xiang goes first, then me, and finally you. Who is next? Step up and face me. You again? Your time is running out fast. How much longer can you truly last? I'm here to reclaim 𝒐𝒏's stolen life. Return the lifespan you took once before. The redhead Hajin picks a random game. From the bag, it's 𝒌𝒏, a traditional game turned into a deathmatch. Spinning cans of fire create a lethal vortex. A circle of flames begins to ignite. This time, I'll burn you to ashes. Du uses her skill to analyze Hajin's stats. She warns Xiang. Fight in close quarters. Hajin's weapon has a massive reach. High damage, but it requires momentum. Centrifugal force is its only strength. She can't move while maintaining the spin. Close combat? That brat talks too much. Longhair says it's easier said than done. Come and try it if you dare. The battle begins. Xiang charges straight in. She aims to close the gap immediately, but the firewall is an impenetrable defense. Xiang hooks the wire with her foot perfectly. She forces the strike to bounce back hard. Hajin's own attack is turned against her. Vision blurred by heat, Xiang sees the opening. She prepares to strike the finishing blow, but Hajin's mastery is far beyond reach. Her wire technique is flawlessly executed. Xiang is caught, blood sprays the ground. A devastating wound halts her momentum. Xiang refuses to accept defeat here. She must save Ho Jiang-san's life. She finally uses the masked man's gift. A forbidden power is suddenly unleashed. Infinite demons emerge with a hellish scream. A nightmare aura floods the entire area. Even the chairman trembles in pure terror. That monster. What has he summoned? Still hiding? But in a heartbeat. 𝒌𝒏's lethal wounds are vanishing. Complete regeneration? What the hell? What did you do? Let's go. I'll turn you into mere dust. This insane power. 𝒌𝒏? Sorry. I have no other choice now. I won't let you fade away. You still can't touch me, boy. Nothing has changed. This time, I'll crush you, Aurora Dust Circle. Rise, fight by my side now. His combat stats are skyrocketing. I must get within striking distance. No dodging this. I'll tank it. Ignore the flames. Strike now. Ignoring the searing, agonizing heat. C-Rank charges through the fire. He fires a concentrated mana blast. The projectile moves at light speed. Direct hit. Hane is totally crushed. Game over. Now. Listen closely. Return the stolen lifespan immediately. Betting lives behind my back? Foolish. Hand it over before I lose it. Here. Second match. Begin. Sung Hoon steps into the arena, facing Jingu, the calculative speedster. His movement speed is legendary, a relentless barrage of high-speed strikes. Sung Ho Han can't even track him. My speed is absolute. Surprised? Speechless before my divine velocity? You'll be too broken to move. Sung Hoon stands still, waiting. Jingu's attacks land, but wait. He isn't taking any damage at all. It's time for the counterattack. Awakening his form. One single punch. Jingu's entire defense is shattered. He glares with cold, predatory eyes. Next. Who else wants to die? I'll go next, Guildmaster. Step aside. I'll handle this personally. Breaking rules? This changes everything. Fine. I'll take you both on at once. Just don't you dare go back on your word. But as soon as Jae-hook finished speaking, the president launched a ruthless surprise attack. Sung Hwan lunged forward to counter him instantly, burying a heavy fist into the president's gut. But his skin was as hard as iron. The recoil sent a massive shockwave back, leaving Sung Hwan's arm completely numb and paralyzed. It felt like hitting a solid fortress wall. He can actually control his own body density. What? You should have told me that sooner. I warned you never to lose your focus. This time, Sung Hwan threw away all defense, concentrating every bit of mana into one strike. But the result was a total failure. The monster didn't even feel the impact. Instead, Sung Hwan's own arm snapped like glass. The legend of 𝑑okkaebi Mountain wasn't a lie. Sung Hwan. It's me, Jae-hook. Can you hear? I'm using telepathy. Listen to me carefully. You must drain his stamina as much as possible. Keep him distracted while I find an opening. The moment he falters, I will strike. I'm putting everything on you, Sung Hwan. Look. His arm is beginning to transform. It's a partial buff to maximize his power. He's channeling his energy for a killing blow. The brutal battle reignited with even more fury. But Sung Hwan was being completely and utterly crushed. The president was toying with him like trash. That regeneration skill is quite useful, isn't it? Go ahead, heal. I'll just break you again. Surrender now and join my elite guild instead. Suddenly, a desperate plan formed in his mind. Could he mimic the president's own energy technique? He focused his power into a single point, to disrupt the enemy's own recovery cycle. Channeling his remaining mana into his right fist, he bet his whole life on this punch. It connected. A devastating blow to the face. You worm! I'm going to slaughter you all. I'll kill every single one of you rats. Is that so? But you seem to forget. There are two of us against you now. You aren't just fighting one man. Sung Hoon bought him enough time. Jae-hook's strength has finally returned. He summons a lethal silver pistol. The duel with the leader intensifies. Despite being a long-range specialist, he excels in brutal close combat. As the enemy lunges forward, a summoned blade parries the impact. That face, it looks so familiar. You were 𝒏's little boyfriend, right? That girl who followed you around? She's probably 6 feet under now. Jae-hook, please listen to me. Strange things are happening lately. I think. I see actual monsters. The shadows are moving on me. Monsters? You're just imagining things. Stop talking about such weird nonsense. But they spoke directly to me. They spoke? What did they say? They offered me a dark contract. Infinite power for a small price. Monsters unreal, 𝒏. Maybe you've been gaming too much. Your mind is just playing tricks. Come on, let's get some food. From that day, she grew distant. We barely spoke to each other. When I finally saw her again, I couldn't believe my own eyes. She was a completely different person. 𝒏, why haven't you called me? And who is this guy here? He's my senior, the club leader. Please, we need to talk alone. I'm sorry, but I must go. Club activities are starting very soon. Something felt wrong. Deeply wrong. I had to follow her shadows. Why have you stopped the hunt? You promised me more divine power. I can't do this anymore. You signed that contract with us. There's no escaping your fate now. She yearned to stop, unaware of the looming tragedy. The path ahead was dark. Their words were meaningless. Every step felt like her soul was fading away. She was no longer herself, just a hollow shell. Did you think you could just walk away now? If you want an end, then become my strength. Become a part of me. 𝒌𝒏 watched in agony. He witnessed his girlfriend's essence being brutally stolen away. The guild president absorbed her power without any mercy. Left powerless and broken, her light finally went out. She chose to end her own life in despair. She was too weak to control her own hunger. She went mad, but I saved her from monsters. She should have been grateful for my dark gift. Don't you agree? I guess an alliance is impossible. There is no room for allies between us now. I will end you, but the president suddenly froze. His body betrayed him, trembling under an unknown pressure. This was the lingering impact of Sung Hwan's upgraded strike. As the president buckled, 𝒌𝒏 saw his golden chance. He leveled his barrel directly at the villain's head. Weapon upgrade. Activate S-Gun SPAR 12. Without a second of hesitation, he pulled the trigger, but a single bullet wasn't enough to kill him. Your pathetic attacks are nothing but child's play. I can take 100 more of those toys. 𝒌𝒏 knew if he failed now, it was over. He would never get another chance at this revenge. He had hoarded every ounce of power for this. I have a special gift prepared just for you. Secret technique, soul borrowing. Do you accept the deal? Do you truly wish to wield this forbidden power? Push it to the absolute limit. Take everything now. 𝒌𝒏 channeled the demon's wrath into a new form. A massive, legendary firearm materialized from the dark shadows. Seeing the projectile the size of a cannonball, he flinched. Even the arrogant president felt the icy grip of fear. 𝒌𝒏 fired. The world shook with the deafening blast. The sheer destructive force tore through the very atmosphere. The president screamed as his body was torn apart. Dark energy began corroding his flesh like a virus. You cannot borrow my strength again until you pay. The debt of this soul is heavier than you imagine. The cost doesn't matter. I have achieved my goal. My purpose is fulfilled. The nightmare is finally over. My goals are within reach, but I crave even greater power to achieve my true, ultimate ascension. So, prepare to pay your debt in full, including the heavy interest for the soul-borrowing secret art. How could such a nightmare happen to me? I will have my revenge. Seeing the leader wounded, the long-haired girl rushed to assist him, but the cruel leader suddenly devoured her ghoul spirit whole. Stripped of her demonic contract, she instantly reverted to her original, fragile, human form. After feasting on his ally, the guild leader's mangled body began to mend perfectly. He was now stronger than ever. Sacrificing a single ghoul usually grants power, but it shouldn't restore his stamina so completely. I must move, but my heavy limbs refuse to obey. Sung Hwan, stay back. What are you doing? You've reached your absolute limit. But I'm the only one left who can still stand and fight. Touching friendship. In that case, I shall send both of you to the grave. But suddenly, an object from the heavens crashed through the ceiling with violent force. It was Sangmin, the loser, who vanished. He's back. Do you have any idea? What you're doing, you brat? The leader couldn't even finish before being pinned down. An iron grip. Is this Sangmin's true hidden strength? Am I just weak from battle? Or has Sangmin truly evolved? I can't even move a muscle. This loser's presence is now on a completely different level. Sangmin stepped toward the trembling guild leader and whispered, 𝒖𝒏𝒕𝒆𝒓 mountain is mine. You betrayed me for that? Betrayal? Don't joke. This alliance was a lie from the topper to very start. It was every man for himself. Now, you no longer have the right to bark at me. Then Sangmin devoured the leader's contracted demon whole, growing and feasting on its dark essence. He evolved beyond his human limits, the vessel of the 7 deadly sins. Now, Sangmin turned his cold gaze. Everyone here, get on your knees. The atmosphere shattered under his command. A mountain-like pressure crushed the air. Their bones rattled under his dark aura. Behold your despair before my divinity. Sangmin, what have you done? You still act the hero, Sung Hwan? Always reliable in a desperate crisis. But your arrogance never truly changed. Still sticking your nose into everything? I have loathed you for years. A useless loser pretending to matter. Acting big, but you are empty. That strength belongs to 𝒏𝒐𝒏, not you. You were once a trembling, pathetic coward, hiding behind my back like a dog, then suddenly playing the sports star, acting like my superior is sickening. Lecturing me with your borrowed power? It is all a lie, you fraud. Every word you say fuels my rage. Knowing the truth makes me sick. Is that what you truly felt? All this time, such deep hatred? I am the absolute strongest now. I am king. Beg for your life. Kneel and pray for mercy, loser. Physical wounds are nothing to this pain. Your betrayal cuts deeper than any blade. Why did it have to end like this? Stop this madness, Sang-min, please. Wipe that fake mask off right now. My soul is weary, but I must. I cannot let them see me break. There is no one else left. I will face this darkness alone. But why is my vision fading now? Just a moment. To rest my eyes. Sung-won, wake up. Don't leave us. Am I dead? Where is this void? This chilling power. Feels so familiar. You have stood here once before. Have you forgotten this place already? Perhaps the trauma of that day buried your memories in the abyss. Since the day you perceived me, I have been waiting for you, to test if you are worthy, to be my partner in destiny. But you were once too small to hold such a dark desire. You surrendered because you were weak, yet a hidden hunger remained inside, a desperate cry for ultimate salvation. On the day of that accident, you reached out and begged me, please, save me from this nightmare. If the path is too cruel, you can choose to stop now. But know that my true gift is not just simple physical mending. It is the power to rewrite reality. He transforms while keeping human form. Sang-min strikes from the shadows, but his ambush fails miserably now. Instead, he is the one bitten. It seems his latent talent awakened. That power is no mere recovery. It is a terrifying divine force, equal to the four great gods. The absolute power of true immortality. Fighting this monster is pure hell. He grows stronger with every death. Inside the consciousness of Sung-hoon, the fusion process has finally begun. What must I do right now? You must etch this into your soul. Never forget who you truly are. Eternal life is not the goal. That is merely a side effect. We have the strength to kill. How dare a puppet act arrogant? Sang-min thought his blow landed, but he only struck a phantom. The camouflage skill was triggered fast. Right as the attack touched him, Sang-min strikes with lethal intent. His blade severs an entire arm, but Sung-hoon's regeneration is insane. Faster than any humanly possible limit. A counterblow lands with crushing force. Arrogant fool. You dared to strike, even with your broken, mangled limb? Sung-hoon, you're alive? Thank heavens. We feared you'd never wake again. Stop this, Sang-min. I beg you. Alini has regained his primal form. Our mission here is finally over. We must retreat while we can. Shut up. You're driving me insane. This isn't over yet, Sung-hoon. Next time, death will claim you. God, I could barely even stand. What a relief. I truly thought that you were a goner, man. But the artifact was stolen. Now what? Worry later. Let's just rest now. I'm starving. Buy me a sandwich. Use your own money, Sung-hoon. I'm broke from buying guild weapons. My pockets are empty. Just one. Please, just one. No way, man. 3 days passed since that chaos. Neither side could truly claim victory. A temporary peace before the storm. The students would lose their minds. If they knew what I survived, perhaps a traitor lurks among them. What's the verdict for these losers? Kill them all. Leave no survivors. Wait. If you let us live, we will serve you with loyalty. Give me one reason to trust. By the 𝒏𝒐𝒏's sacred honor, swear. I give you my solemn word. You might see Duoy as trash, in those judgmental eyes of yours, but he remains our respected captain. If he hadn't been stabbed in back, he would never have fallen today. That's not my concern right now. In the end, I hold no grudge. Against them. Fine. Let them go. Set them free. We're in your debt. Your mercy will never be forgotten. Thus, the remaining 𝒏𝒐𝒏 were handled. Youngwon, you've recovered, haven't you? Indeed, but you look completely drained. What on earth happened to you? My predator mode automatically triggered, and raged for 3 whole days. Whatever, let's go grab some food. Are you possessed by a hunger spirit? Actually, it's something even worse. A debt-collecting ghost is hunting me. How much allowance did you waste? Stop handing him money in secret. Since then, Jungwon's monthly allowance was completely terminated by his father. Si-young hasn't shown up for days. My lord, Duoshini has been defeated. Who dared to defeat our general? Alini intervened and crushed him. During the battle at the mountain, Alini is as troublesome as ever. But Duoshini's defeat was quite sudden. Fascinating. The following day arrived. Hajin reached out to Jungwon. Jungwon, I still have lingering doubts. Secrets I couldn't reveal back then. It's better we speak face to face. I'll find you after the bells. Explain yourself. Why gather us here? That girl from the battle. Si-young? Si-young has vanished from school lately. Her absence is deeply concerning. There's a truth I withheld. The identity of the true enemy. Is Si-young actually working against us? Uncertain. But that dark power she unleashed to secure her victory. The sources of that forbidden energy are currently lurking within these walls, right under our noses at school. You mean they're inside this building? But we thought they were exterminated. Bloodthirsty ghouls are now haunting every school corner. A master of shadows lurks among them unseen. But your current power levels are simply pathetic. Weaklings like you could never detect his presence. Since before we enrolled, they've been harvesting souls, gathering these monsters for a much darker purpose. I've discovered chilling traces of their secret activities, signs that they're nesting right under our noses. Who are these shadows? I need the truth. Even the council president is kept in darkness. They're using a mysterious bait to lure them, trapping every ghoul like livestock for the slaughter. Those who are taken never return to us. Are you suggesting Si-young is actually the traitor? He was never an ally to begin with. It's a hunch. The president's reaction said everything. He completely lost his composure meeting with them, forced into a fragile and dangerous alliance. He dreams of becoming the ultimate ghoul king, but his original motive was far more bloodthirsty. Total annihilation was his only goal back then. Those monsters crushed him once in the past. That is all the intel I can provide. It's my fault she's suffering through this nightmare. Enough. We'll start our own investigation right now. Report any findings to us immediately. Understood? What now? If her powers can't see them, if even Yuhi's eyes are blind to them, then I have no choice but to evolve. I must awaken my true, hidden nightmare strength. Sung Hwan, we can't waste another single second. Late that night, as the campus went silent, long after every student had returned home, a solitary ghoul manifested inside the empty gymnasium. It produced a glowing and ancient artifact, activating a forbidden seal with a silent whisper. Toxic purple mist suddenly flooded the entire room. The creature stepped into the swirling dark haze, transported instantly into a twisted, secret dimension. A massive dark arena loomed before its eyes, crawling with thousands of high-rank ancient demons. You're late. Is everything ready for the harvest? The warm-up is over. The main event begins. The real slaughter is finally about to start. The prize? The legendary and powerful Master Core. The Sloth Core is at stake. If he wins, he'll seize the fourth vital key. Everyone is whispering that this rookie is a total monster, but a one-shot victory is simply impossible. Quiet down and watch. The battle has started. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the absolute main event of this legendary night. In the red corner, the god of consumption, the beast who devours every living soul, the wide-mouthed demon, gluttony. Next up, in the blue corner, the mysterious rookie, who enters without using his sealed power. A rising star, the supreme master of the Tiger's Land Si-Rang, I hereby declare. The duel between these two demons has begun. I'm starving. I'll eat your head. The gluttony demon was sent flying out. If he doesn't return to the ring within 10 seconds, he'll be disqualified. I completely underestimated him based on his weak look. This speed and raw power are just unreal. It's absurd. Why am I even fighting? In this place? It all goes back to the day when the battle ended. I'm exhausted. I'm done with this. I'm heading home. Wait, aren't you coming with the rest of the group? No need. See you guys later. I wanted to ask about his hidden power back then, but I'll wait until tomorrow. Man, I'm hungry. Go buy me some bread. As Si-Rang walked away, he encountered that mysterious masked man once again. What a magnificent spectacle. 𝒏𝒕𝒆𝒏, this whole disaster was your doing, wasn't it? I'm simply giving you a great opportunity. I'm the one who saved you from death, remember? I still hold massive Power. Don't you crave it for yourself? A power so great you can finally crush every single enemy? We don't need your help. Now get lost. No. Wait. Of course we need that power. Exactly. I need more strength. That's the reason. I'm here. The piercing tiger blade technique. What a breathtaking showdown, ladies and citizens. A new champion has finally emerged. Lirang stands victorious. Witness his glory. The reward. The core of sloth essence. Confirmed? We still haven't located him yet. 𝒐𝒏's performance. It truly shocked me. You say a presence haunts this academy? With my current power, detection is impossible. How monstrous is this hidden entity's power? To mask their presence so perfectly. Unbelievable. How could they hide their aura so well? Their traces are vanished without a sign. I'm currently powerless to assist you both. I drained my energy in the last battle. I exhausted all my resources last time. Don't worry. He and I will handle it. Forgive me. I owe you both a debt. Forget it. Just focus on your recovery. I must grow stronger to find them. Prioritize restoring your true nightmare power first. Recover your strength before the final clash. I'll assist you once this soul is purged. I'll help you once this debt is cleared. Midnight. Hunting demons at the construction site. Suddenly, Ho-Jung-san blocks their path. Why show yourself? Where is 𝒐𝒏? No time for talk. Listen very carefully. I have a mission. You must defeat her. Strike her down before she falls further. What? Defeat 𝒐𝒏? Are you insane? Explain yourself. Why must I fight her? Power's allure has blinded her very soul. The duel with Cindy fueled her despair. She's drowning, left in your heavy shadow. So that's the pain she's been hiding. Wasn't gaining ultimate power your only goal? Power isn't everything. I seek more. My goal isn't just to be king. The real threat, Damp Mongu, is approaching. He targets her while she is vulnerable. A masked half-demon with terrifying reality-warping abilities. He is a master of creating sub-dimensions. Time is fading. You must find him. Locate his domain before it's too late. He's gathering a legion of demons there. He mentioned the gym. The nightmare begins. What? Interest? Are you out of your mind? More money? You're asking for even more? How much more could you possibly want? You borrowed the power, now pay the debt. To wield my legendary secret techniques, you must provide a tribute of equal worth. This greedy spirit is obsessed with gold. Fine. Just give me the strength to hunt. Return my power so I can fight again. If you fail to pay, your true strength will remain sealed. But I'm totally broke. I have no money. If I don't pay, you're the one who loses, not me. If the deadline passes without payment, I will claim your soul as collateral. How can I defeat those bastards like this? Without my power, I'm just a target. There is one way, if you're brave enough. Meanwhile, Sun Huan and 𝒐𝒏 reach the gym. Do you feel that? Something is wrong here. A hidden dimension is overlapping the school, but we can't find the entrance to enter. I want to help, but my tiny spirit is just a cute, useless little mascot. Hearing that, the spirit turned purple with rage. Its body erupted in a blinding divine light. Useless! How dare this human insult me? Its hidden power exploded, shaking the heavens. The very fabric of space began to tear. This useless ghost is shattering the barrier. The dimension dealer felt his world cracking. This energy. It's unlike anything I've felt. I'll investigate later. The show must go on. Ladies and gentlemen, the match begins now. In the red corner, the shadow assassin. Where is this? The crowd. They're all demons. This is a literal hell in the school. In the blue corner, a mysterious newcomer. A fighter whose power scales with his wealth. But his SSS rank potential is currently sealed away. The school loser stands before the abyss. They think he is weak, but a nightmare awaits. All the demons are watching his every move. The seal on his power is trembling. The master of lust watches his prey. Wait, isn't that 𝒌hyuk? Why is the school's weakest outcast here? Devour the demon here. Interest waived. Are you joking? Give me gear. At least grant me a weapon. Fine. You truly are a nuisance. Is this the legendary divine wood? Obviously not. Then why the hell? Did you hand me this trash? What can I do with a branch? The match begins. The enemy lunges. Straight at 𝒌hyuk. The outcast decides to gamble everything with one swing. He strikes the head. But suddenly, The pathetic wood snaps in two. System. 5,001 is deducted. From your balance. Damn it. For this, rotten wood, you dared to hit my perfect, handsome, noble face. Now, I'll tear your soul apart. He's doomed. The loan shark demon is a total scammer. Watch out. That's all for today. Thanks for following us. See you next time.